Hello, welcome back to my channel. We have got Affy's on the vlog. Finally, is this the first time that she's been on the vlog in 2025? No, the vet vlog. Look how cold it is. The vet vlog. She was on. Please look a bit happier. Look a bit happier. Anyway, I thought I'd start the vlog here, but the vlog is actually going to be a Q&A, which I actually haven't done in over a year on here. The last Q&A I did was with Meggie Moo at the forest. So she's so weird. Nothing on my hand. There is now, there's Affy's saliva now. But I thought I'd start the vlog here, just so you guys can see Aff. You haven't seen her, because she's not in work. I say that, I've just lunged her. She is in work. She's getting worked 5-6 days a week, because obviously I've had PSSM. But she's not in like real work. I will explain all of that. But I thought I'd start it here so you could see Affy. And then I'm going to take it home because it's freezing, and I'm going to meet you guys all at home. But that's what's happening, a Q&A. Right, let's rug you, chuck you out, go home, have a cup of tea and do a Q&A, yeah? She's so weird. Anyway, see you when we get home. Right, I've came back. I've warmed up. I've had some lunch. I've had a shower, as you can probably tell, because my hair actually looks clean for once. But before we jump into the juicy questions, I would like to thank Wild for partnering up with me to bring you this video. Now, as you all know, I have been a customer of Wild's for years and have most recently worked with Wild on a couple of ads. And honestly, it is probably the best deodorant out there that I have used. I have really bad eczema on my arms and on my chest. And this is the only deodorant that I found that doesn't irritate the eczema. And also the scents. Honestly, just 10 out of 10. And they're so powerful that sometimes I don't even wear perfume and I still get compliments of, oh, you smell nice. I'm like, thanks, it's just my deodorant that's 24 hours old. I do refresh every morning with my deodorant after my shower. But this is the new Valentine's limited edition collection, and it comes with the red hearts or the black hearts. It is so cute. You can also get your little name engraved in it. Little hand. It's so nice. So nice. And honestly, just smells so good. So good. The reason that I originally started buying Wild and being a customer of Wild was because I am forgetful and also a little bit lazy, and I always forget to buy things at the shop that I need, like toothpaste and deodorant and things like that. So whatever I can, I get on subscription. So this isn't the only subscription that I have of like beauty products. Obviously the only deodorant subscription that I have, because I don't need any others. But it means that it comes to your door. So the little packages, obviously this has got nothing in because it's in there, but like they come to your door and you just pop them in your case. You're not using loads of plastic because this is cardboard, and you've already got your aluminium case, which you just keep and you reuse. So you're using less plastic, and it just means that when you're really forgetful like me, you're not like, oh, I ran out of deodorant, because you're like, oh, I just go to my little drawer and get another one. The subscription is also really good because you can pause or cancel your subscription whenever you want. So sometimes if I really stock up on scents, like if there's a limited edition one that I really like the Halloween one, oh my God, I was obsessed. So I stock up on that one. And then I might not then need my other scents in 3 months' time. So I just pause them and get them sent maybe like a month late or 2 months late. Although I've never actually had to do that because I also got my mum hooked on Wild, and she just comes and steals all my scents. So it's probably good that I stock up on the limited edition ones. But honestly, smells incredible. You can use my code HORSEHAND to get yourself 20% off the whole range. And honestly, 10 out of 10 would recommend to a friend. Like, you need to go and try it out. They use natural ingredients and obviously cruelty-free and less plastic. So it's really good for the environment, as well as being really convenient for you, I guess. Right, let's get into the vlog, the questions, the thing that you're all here for. So, all my questions were the same 2 questions, and I bet you could probably guess what they were. So the first one is, will I ever buy another horse? That was probably one of the main questions, is am I going to buy another horse? And the answer, I mean, the short answer is no. The long answer is I wish. I say no, like obviously in the future I will buy another horse, but right now, in the next like 2 years, 18 months, there is no way that I'm going to buy another horse. I am incredibly lucky that I have Affy on part livery and was able to find a yard that suits her where we can do that. And the main reason, well, the only reason she's on part livery is because she needs the routine. Like with her PSSM, she just doesn't cope being out of routine. And on DIY yards, obviously, you're not in routine. I don't have the luxury of having my own yard or my own land, so I can't like dictate the routine. So that's why she's gone onto part livery, which is just incredible. Like it's amazing. It really is. It means I don't have to go over there every day. Like it is amazing. However, it costs a lot of money, rightly so. Like I've got an indoor, I've got an outdoor, I've got a horse walker, I've got a solarium, I've got a hot wash, shower. So it's expensive. And I just physically couldn't afford another horse. Like I just really, really couldn't. I am hoping to, I'm at the age where I want to start being a bit more of an adult and like buying a house and buying other things that I need. So it just means that I would be really stupid to go out and buy a horse now. I mean, I don't have the money, but even if I did, I would be stupid because that money should be going elsewhere. Especially when I've already got a horse. Like I've already got one. I don't need another one. As much as I would love to have something a bit older that's been there, done that I can go out eventing, that's like as safe as houses, like the safest thing ever. That would be the dream. But reality is it's just not going to happen because I just don't have the money for it. Like it's amazing having her on part livery, and honestly, like I realise how lucky I am and I really appreciate that. However, I pay for that luxury, and although it is incredible, I would prefer to have her on DIY if I could, just because I also enjoy doing the things. Like I enjoy looking after her and doing all of that. But it just really doesn't work with her. It just doesn't suit her, and we've tried it and it just doesn't suit her. So yeah, I wanted to move her to part, and I could possibly move to other part liveries that maybe don't have the facilities that I've got, so maybe won't be as expensive. But I am so lucky that like they just pretty much revolve their life around Affy. Like they're so good with her and they know all of her kind of things, all of the PSSM things that they need to look out for, and like keeping her warm, and they're so good at keeping their horses on a routine. Like their horses are just so happy and calm there because they're all on routine. So yeah, the short is no, I won't be buying another horse in the near future. The dream would be to buy another horse, but not right now. And then the next question is, will you be eventing 80s this year? Now that is the plan. That is the plan. Obviously, things don't always go to plan. I'm going to go out and start at 70s. And if we stick at 70s, we stick at 70s. I'm the biggest wimp ever. So like even just walking 70s, riding them, I'm fine. Like when I'm on the horse, I'm like, oh God, yeah, that was fine. But walking the courses, I'm like, oh my God, this is big. So I think I need to get a few 70s for me and for Affy. Like Affy obviously needs that confidence, but I think I also need that confidence before we look at stepping it up. But that is the plan, to step up to some 80s. If that obviously might not go to plan, and if we decide actually she's not ready, or we don't ever think that she will step up, then that's fine by me. We'll just stick to 70s, but the plan is to step up to 80 at Barbary Castle. The next question is, this was the question that was asked, the second question that was asked the most, and it was, when do we meet the new groom? Can we see the boyfriend? How is the boyfriend? And all of the above. Yes, I have a boyfriend. Why am I being so weird about it? I'll be honest, I'm not sure whether you're ever going to meet him. He doesn't do social media. Social media? Why did that sound so weird coming out my mouth then? That is right, social media. He doesn't do social media, and so I think going from not reading social media to being like, here, come on my vlog, I think that would totally scare him. But he does really enjoy like being with the horses and doing horsey things, and like always wants to come out, and I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do this. And he's like, oh, can I come? I'm like, yeah, okay. So I do think that maybe Possibly he might be in the vlogs, maybe the eventing vlogs, because I think he'll probably end up coming to quite a few events, but it's all going to be on his terms. Like, I only want him to come on if he's like happy and confident to come on, and I want it to be his idea. So at the moment, no, you're not going to meet him, but never say never, who knows. But yeah, he is good. He is just adorable. Can you call a grown man adorable? I don't know. I just did. He's currently washing my car, which I didn't even know he was going to do. I was having a bath and I came out and he was just in my car washing it. He loves to be outside, anything outside, and he's there. So he's outside, he's content. I mean, he's probably never going to want to wash my car again because it's a horsey go car, so it's really not nice, guys, but we'll see. We'll see. The next question is house buying on the card soon. Yes, it is. That is the main reason why I can't afford another horse, because I am saving so hard for a deposit. Horses cost so much money, don't they? Like, especially when you've got them on livery. I reckon 65, maybe even 70% of my wage goes on Affy. That's ridiculous. No wonder I struggle to save every month. But that is the plan. The plan is to, we're saving hard, and ideally in the next like 18 months to 2 years, we would like to have our own house. So yeah, that is the plan. Affy's details, please, age, height and breed. Do you know, I always forget that sometimes I get new followers that actually don't know me or Affy, and I always forget that, and I forget to introduce myself and Affy. Affy is 14 hands, maybe 14, one at a push, probably 14 hands. She will be 8 in May, 8 years old, and she is a New Forest Cross Arab. I bought her, well, I didn't buy her from the Quantock Hills, but she was born on the Quantock Hills, so she was like running wild. And yeah, she's had 2 owners before me, and then I bought her as a just turned 4-year-old, so I've had her 4 years. Crazy. The next one is, do you ever regret buying Affy after all of her problems? I think I'd be really stupid to say, like, no, I don't regret it, because actually the heartache and also the money that I have spent over the last 4 years, like, of course I regret it. I do, in a way, but I wasn't to know, like, when we went to view her, and even when we first bought her home, and even they didn't know, like, we weren't to know, because she was only just starting her ridden career. We weren't to know that she was going to have all of these issues. And do I regret putting all the time and the money and the effort into getting her right? Absolutely not. I had so much fun on her last summer, like so much fun. Considering she's never been eventing and I've never been eventing, she really held my hand and really like showed me the ropes. So yeah, I don't regret buying her now that she's going so well, but sometimes I am a little bit like, oh my God, you've spent so much money and you've cried so many tears over this pony. Was it all worth it? But I think it was. I think it was worth it, but I'd be stupid if I knew all of this and I could go back, I'd be stupid to buy her. Like, you just would be. You're just throwing money down the drain. But then when I think of it like that, I think, well, if I didn't buy her, who would? And would they have put as much time and effort and money into her? Or would they have just told her to get on with it? I don't know. And then you think of it like that and you're like, actually, where would she have ended up? Like, I don't know. It's hard, but I can't ever go back. So there's no point really dwelling on it. I'm glad that I've got her now, and I'm glad that she's going really well, and I'm glad that I've put all the time and effort into her, because, yeah, she's such a cool little pony, especially in the summer. She's really cool. When will Affy come back into work? I keep telling you guys that I'm going to give you an Affy update, and I just haven't got round to it. It is coming, I promise you. Affy was supposed to have time off work. She's still getting lunged and long lined like 5 to 6 days a week. But I'm just not sitting on her, and haven't since the end of December. Just because I wanted her to have a little holiday, but she can't fully have downtime because of the PSSM. She has to be in work. So I thought this was quite nice compromise, really. Give her a little bit of a holiday, but without like jeopardizing her health, I guess. She was due to come back. She was gonna have like a month, 6 weeks off. However, we found something out the other day, which I'm making it sound really cryptic. It's really not, and it's not bad, and she'll just have to have like an extra month off, and then she'll be like golden to come back into work. And like, she is all fine, fully sound, very happy with her. Physio came out last week. very, very happy with her. But the reason that I'm being cryptic is because I want to do a video on it. But yeah, so we found something out last week, which we're now having to treat. So she won't be able to come back into work. Well, she can, but she then has to be off work to be able to treat that. So actually, there's no point in her coming back into work right now. So she's just going to have until that's treated off. And as soon as she looks like she can have tack on again, then that's when she'll come back into work. Ideally, I'd quite like her to come back into work the start of March, because although she hasn't had time off, like she's still being worked, she won't take as long as obviously horses that have actually had time off like to come back into work. I also don't want to rush her, and I would quite like to event her the end of April. So I'd quite like 2 months to kind of get her back into like proper eventing fitness work. I mean, it's only a 70, but I need her to be fit for it. In an ideal world, she'll come back into work the start of March, but if that can't happen, that can't happen. And I'd rather her be comfortable and bring her back into work maybe a little bit later, and then maybe just miss out on my first event, an event a little bit later. I'm already aware that I'm going to have to start her a little bit later in the event season, just because I want her to have this time off and I want to slowly bring her back into work. So if I miss the first event that I've planned for, I miss it. It's not the end of the world. Like the entries are open, but I haven't entered it yet because I want to see how she's going. So yeah, that's basically the short is I don't know when she's going to come back into work. How's the sourdough and how am I surviving winter? I'm actually not surviving winter. Winter has really got to me this year. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a little bit like meh. I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like winter hasn't actually been as wet as it has been, or even as cold as it has been over years. But yeah, winter is difficult. I'm obviously very lucky that I do have Affy on part, so I don't actually go over every day. I probably maybe like 1 or 2 days a week I don't go over, which is amazing. But yeah, not really surviving winter. The sourdough's helping me survive winter. I am obsessed with it. I'm actually going to film a day in the life next week, and I think I'm going to film it the day that I'm going to make sourdough, so that I can show you guys like how I make it and my how-to guide, I guess. If you guys are interested in that. A lot of you won't be, but it'll be, although it takes me 3 days to make, it's because you have to spend so much time like leaving it and waiting for it, whereas the actual process of doing it is really quick, so you can just really easily just skip on by, because I do get questions daily about my sourdough recipe and like my sourdough. So yeah, sourdough's going well. How do I manage Affy's PSSM? So we are going to do a video on this with the vets. We're just trying to find a time where we can sit down and discuss it. PSSM is really difficult because it's very different for different horses. Like one thing might work for one horse, but it doesn't for another. But I think the main thing is keep them in consistent work, supplement them where you need to. So like vitamin E is a really big one for Affy. So like run bloods and see what they're deficient in and supplement them in that. And like just listen to them, like listen to their body, I think is the main thing. Like I know that with Affy, changing field, so like change in environment, or like changing to a different yard arrangement or schooling livery or stuff, being aware of that, and like it's just trial and error. Like once you learn that that's what it is, you then are just more careful on what you do. And touch wood, Affy hasn't tied up in a long time. I can't remember the last time she tied up. Maybe the start of last summer, possibly. So yeah, I think that is, but we are going to go more into depth on PSSM with the vet, so I'm not going to go too much into that. Do I ever see myself selling Affy? No, absolutely not. I love the bones of that pony. I think she's very cool, actually puts up with a lot and looks after me very well. I wouldn't have the money to buy another one because obviously all my money's going to house deposit. But also I think it's unfair on her and also unfair on potential new buyers to sell her, because she has got so many issues and she's quite a complex case with the PSSM. And you wouldn't want her to end up in the wrong hands. So definitely not, won't ever be selling her. That is all the questions. Well, majority of the questions. A lot of the questions were all obviously the same, as I said. Am I buying a new horse? And asking about the groom, the boyfriend. I hope you've enjoyed. I haven't done one of these, like I said earlier, in a long, long time. I don't know why, but I felt like I'd done one in December. Maybe I'd planned to and then never did it. But yeah, hadn't done one. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Wild for partnering with me to bring you this video. Don't forget, Horse Hand gets you 20% off everything, all the products on Wild, and I would definitely go and check them out. I'll leave their website in the description below, but go and give them a check out, because honestly, I'm not just saying this, like honestly, I was a paying customer before they started working with me for years, because I love the product. Like, it's not like I've just started using it. I have used it for years. I definitely would recommend. Anyway, I am going to go and look at this sleeping little puppy. Let me show you the puppy. She's not really a puppy, are you? You're not a puppy. You okay? Say hi to the vlog. You're a really big girl now, aren't you? She fell in the pond this morning. She was being a bit naughty, and she decided to get underneath the gate to try and escape, to chase a bird. Like, she'd have came back, and she went under the gate and didn't realise there was a pond there and fell in the pond. She was fine. She just hates water, so she was like, oh my God. But you got yourself out, didn't you? Anyway, say bye to the vlog. Say bye, vlog. I love you. Oh, some of you might not know who this is. Like, surely you do. This is Clemmy's. Clementine. My little tiny puppy, who's not a puppy now. She'll be 2 in April. Why are you so big and grown up? We've learned how to heel off the lead now, which is my new favourite trick that I like to show everybody of how good my puppy is that we can heel off the lead. Okay, bye. I'm just going to stay here now. I love you so much. What you been doing? You've been sleeping. I love you, sleepy puppy. I love you, sleepy.